Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mechee from the Midwest Podcast. A happy New Year's. Welcome to 2026. This might be one of the biggest years of my life. I'm not sure where y'all are in life, but I got some major big events going on this year. And a lot of things I want to do as far as podcasts and stuff. I want to slow down on being on social media as much. I'm a troller, man. And when I say that is because like when you look on if you look on Facebook, if you see the comments I made towards people, the main topics this year have been Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, um, Shador Sanders. I don't really get into political stuff, but some stuff might be Trump related or whatever like that. But I don't want to get too far into that. But I'm slowing down on that. I promise you, I'm back on. I'm starting my year off reading a book every month, and June is going to be the biggest year of my life. I'll be getting married to my lady. We've been together for 8 years now. Even through the ups and downs, we still found a way to get to this point, and it's only up from here, man. I've always wanted to be a family man, take care of the kids, and give my kids the life that I want to live as growing up. My mom and dad wasn't together. They might have been on and off, but Pops had his own kids. Mom only had kids by him. Um, Not to get all to that, but my goal is to have all my family members, all my brothers and sisters at my wedding. So I'll be reaching out to them, and I'm praying I can get everybody on the board. I think that'd be a dope event. But without further ado, I want to get into my topics for this week, man. I just want to get in quick topics. I'm gonna start doing my videos on Zoom again, just making a full video, and then I'll chop them down and put them on my shorts. And I'm trying to get it to where I can get the timestamps and stuff like that. So the topics you want to talk about, what you want to hear about, you can fast forward right to it. So we're gonna go with that. Starting this year off. Also, as I said over these last couple of videos, I want to start interviewing people. If you got a story that you want to tell, if you just want to talk about life in general, I'm talking about coming up from your childhood to high school years to your adulthood. I want to do interviews like that. And at some point, I want somebody to be able to interview me because I do have a story I want to tell. And maybe I could get my brother or somebody to do it, somebody close to me. But if you want to work on your interviewing skills and stuff, I want to work on my interviewing skills. Please tap in with me, DM me, jump in my comments and let me know, and we'll set something out. My goal is on Thursdays is the days I like to record. So if we can do a video on Thursdays, if it's topics you want to talk about or the things I just spoke about, we can do it on Thursday, and I'll post it on Friday. And if you're trying to build a follower, if you want to build your followers and stuff like that, I think doing an interview, letting the people know who you are and where you come from, will get you more interview views and stuff like that. So we got to start using social media as a money making machine because they making money off us regardless. If you're gonna get on here and talk life and stuff like that, why not get paid for it? So that's what we're working on. We're gonna stop jumping on here talking negative about people, disrespecting people online and stuff like that, even if you troll or not, because I know I troll a lot, but I'm really about that shit. But as I get older, I gotta calm down. Like Jay said, you got a daughter now, you gotta get softer, man. She done made me soft as hell. So I gotta focus on my priorities, and I hope y'all doing the same. But as speaking on that, like starting on 2026, the first topic I just want to get into is about your New Year's resolutions. What are some of your New Year's resolutions? I would like to share a couple of mine. Like I said before, I want to read at least one book a month. So that's 12 books this year. I already started my first book. I think it's called the Four Agreements. I want to say is what it's called. I actually ordered it last year and got a couple pages into it, but now I'm gonna get into that reading that book. I'm already a chapter into it, so I'll probably be done another within this week or so. It's an easy read, but that's one thing I want to do. One thing that I suggest people do, and what I've already done, is go through your contacts on your phone one by one. If you haven't talked to this person for the whole year, or you don't really fool with this person like that, the contact is just there. I challenge you to delete that number. Stop going back and forth. You got people in your phone that every time you talk on the phone or text, it's an argument or it's just gossip and shit. Delete that because that's something that once you see that number pop up, if you get to the point where that number pop up, you're like, damn, here go this person again. They about to talk shit about somebody. Delete that person because 9 times out of 10, they probably talking about your ass too when they ain't talking to you. So that's just something I challenge people to do. Also, with followers, I said this the last couple years. When you have followers on Instagram, I don't have Snapchat, but Instagram and Facebook are the two main platforms I use. If you have people on there that y'all really ain't got nothing in common. They try to go back and forth with you, just like the context. Unfollow them. Get them off your page. Get that negativity off there. Because we want to start the year off on a positive light. We want people, once you log on, you want to see like-minded people. If you're working to be the first millionaire in your family, in your bloodline, surround yourself with people that's trying to do the same thing. If you're working on building a business or working harder, making more money, surround yourself with that people that's on there talking negative or trying to sneak dish you and all that stuff, delete them. At some point, they'll see that y'all not friends no more. They'll probably reach back out and ask you why, and that's when you explain to them. If you feel like you got to explain, if you don't, just tell them, hey, bro, like we ain't really cool like that. Ain't nothing towards you or nothing like that. But I don't feel like we on the same level, and they gotta respect it. Not they're gonna keep on trying to beef, and that's when you like, you know what? Well, I don't have to respond back to you. Throw their ass on the block list. So those are just a couple of things. What else I want to work on? I definitely want to work on getting my 3 days out the gym, at least 3 days. The bare minimum. If you can at least make 3 days out the gym, you can transform your body to the body that you always wanted. I was able to do that in 3 months when I was in the service. I was in the greatest shape of my life, and I know I can get back to it. And that's what I'm going to do. My goal is to be at about two. I got a big ass head, though, as y'all can see. If I could get like the 205, 210, I think that's my best weight. And that's when I feel my lightest and stuff like that. So that's my goal. But if you have a goal, work towards it. You got to hit the gym. And also, you have to eat a little bit healthier, not just a little bit, a lot healthier. Last month, I actually went a whole month without eating red meat. I didn't have any chicken, no ground beef. That was a big start for me. I was able to drop 10 pounds within a month. Now, I know that sounds like it don't sound like a lot to a lot of people, but 10 pounds, you can feel a difference, and I definitely feel a difference. My next challenge for this month is starting on Monday. I'm going to do no sugar. Now, I'm going to be juicing fruits and veggies, but it's going to be natural sugar. I'm not getting no sweets, no cookies, no ice cream and stuff. I've been tearing it up all last year. My goal is to avoid that for the month of January, and I know I can do it because I've done it before. So that's what I'm going to do. If you need a little bit of extra motivation, hit me up, and I'll tell you some substitutes you can use to avoid that. But I'm gonna just try to avoid sugar for the entire month, and that's gonna be a big thing because usually with my job, I'm drinking coffee 3 to 4 times. Sometimes Monday through Friday, I'm drinking coffee. But that's gonna be the biggest thing. If I could eliminate coffee, the rest would be smooth. I've been a sucker for chocolate pretzels all last year. I can slow that down after work, after the workouts, I'm always looking for some cookies or some type of ice cream. I'm going to slow that out. So that's just a couple of goals I got to start my year off. If you would like to share, jump in the comments and let me know some of the things that y'all want to slow down on, and maybe we could build from it and build some type of positivity and avoid all the negative shit, man. So that's all I got for y'all. That was the first topic that I just wanted to cover. New Year's resolution. What are some of your New Year resolutions? If you would like to share, jump in the comments. Let me know. Like, share, subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. Moving right along, the other two topics I want to get into is I want to talk NFL Week 18 predictions. We got a big week in football starting today. We got 2 games coming on today. We got Tampa Bay and Carolina Panthers for the division NFC South. And then we got Seattle versus the 49ers, NFC West. The winner gets the number 1 seed, and they win the NFC West for that Carolina and Tampa Bay game. The winner wins the NFC South, and the other team will be eliminated. So let's get into those predictions. Let me pull it up on my phone right quick, and yeah, man, let's just get into it. So 4:30 today on ESPN, we got Carolina Panthers 8-8 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-9. Tampa Bay started off the year. I thought they was gonna be a contender this year, man, but they've lost. I think it said six 5 or 6 games out of their last 8, which is horrible. I know Mike Evans been down. The rookie they got Amika has kind of slowed down. He was getting 4 to 5 catches a game. Now he's getting like 1 catch or 2 catch. Hopefully he ball out today because I need him for my parlay, which I'm gonna also start sharing on here as my weekly parlay for the night for the games tonight. Um, as far as the prediction go, Carolina, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is at home. I feel like Tampa Bay should win, but Baker Mayfield has slowed down as well. He ain't been throwing 200 yards these last couple games. I want the playoffs to look different, so I'm gonna rock with the underdog, the Carolina Panthers, even though they got the better record right now. The Carolina Panthers was a team that was written off a couple years ago when they got rid of Cam. Then they got rid of C-Mac. Then they got rid of DJ Moore in a big trade. Everybody was gone. They say, they was in the rebuild mode. Bryce Young came along as a rookie. He didn't look to play the part because he's a smaller quarterback, and people just shit on him, said he couldn't really didn't look too good as a quarterback. But as of lately, the defense been balling out, and he's been finding ways to get his team to win. With what's the Rico? I can't think of his last name right now. Rico, the running back they got that came from the Cowboys, he's been balling out. He got over 1,000 yards. That's been a big help for the offense. But Xavier Legette, he didn't really did much. I think he needed to step up. Their receiver McMillan or something like that, the rookie. He's a big target. They could get him the target and he can ball out. I think that'd be okay. Tampa Bay, man, like I said, Mike Evans hasn't been healthy all year. He's been on and off. They got Chris Godwin back a little bit later on in the year, and the rookie hasn't been looking too good. The run game has slowed down. The defense has just been suspect all year. As far as a prediction, I'm a rock with Carolina. I just want to see the underdog go. Shout out to my boy Shane. I know he's gonna be watching this game. I hope y'all pull it off, bro. So I'm rocking with Carolina this game, man. Next game, we got Seattle Seahawks 13-3 versus San Francisco 49ers 12-4. 49ers at home. Either one of these teams, whichever team wins, if Seattle wins, I think they'll be the number 1 seed, but they'll be one and done in the playoffs, depending on who they play. The 49ers, if they win, I think that they got a chance to go somewhere as long as Kittle and C-Mac and Purdy are all healthy. If they get Fred Warner back on that defense, they will definitely be a contender going into these playoffs. As far as the winner go, I want to see the 49ers win just because a lot of people wrote off Brock Purdy these last couple of years, saying, oh, he's only doing it because he got McCaffrey. Now he's been balling. He didn't put up a couple 5-touchdown games. I want to say 2 this year, 3 touchdowns. He's running the ball. He's throwing the ball accurately. He looks good. I really just don't believe in Sam Darnold. I feel like every single time that Sam Darnold starts balling out, he find a way to start having a bad interception game, and he loses the team the game. So I'm going to rock with the 49ers to win at home. Speaking of that, if I can switch gears right quick, I want to give y'all my prize pick play of the week. I'm doing a 4-pick flex play on prize pick. Today, I have, and you can lock this in before 30, y'all can get in tune with me. We have Rashad White for 25 rushing yards, Enrico Dowdy for 1 touchdown, either a rushing or a passing touchdown. The later game, I got Brock Purdy for 245 passing yards, and I have Demarcus Robinson for 20 receiving yards. That bet right there is a flex play. $10 wins you $200. So if you follow this bet, if you follow me on Prize Pick, the Prize Pick username is Million Mechee. If you follow that, you'll see my play. You can just copy and paste it. Good luck to those that follow it. I said 10 wins you $200. So lock that play in. That's my play for the week. Getting back to the games. So I want to those 2 games there for the night. Like I said, I got Carolina over Tampa Bay, and I got San Francisco over Seattle. Moving on to the rest of the week, we have the Indianapolis Colts tomorrow games. Indianapolis Colts 8-8 versus Houston Texans 11-5. Not the Pacers. The Colts have been eliminated. Thank you, God. Being in Indiana, man, these oh my goodness, These fans are ridiculous. At times, they really thought they was the best team in the league at some point, which they were at the moment. But Danny Dimes went down, and at first they were saying Danny Dimes, but shit. Now all of a sudden he goes there. Oh, that's the reason why we lost. I don't want to hear that shit. Jonathan Taylor started off. He was great at the beginning of the year. They was looking like he was going to crush the rushing record. He slowed down. Teams start balling him up. Now they are 8-8. Phillip Rivers will not be starting. He will be on the bench. They're starting a rookie, Riley Leonard. I got Houston winning this game at home to improve to 12-5. They will win the AFC South most likely. No, I take that back. They won't be winning the AFC South. I got the Texans for that game. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints 6-10 versus Atlanta Falcons 7-9. Falcons were starting to look good. Michael Penix Jr. went down. He's out for the year. In comes Kirk Cousins. The Saints quarterback Tyler Show or something like that. They've been able to win 4 in a row. They were 2-10. They've pulled out 4 wins in a row. Now they're 6-10. I don't know what direction they're going. Maybe they seen that they can still win games against winnable teams, and that's what they did. But as far as this game go, I got the Saints winning this one because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Let the Saints win it so they can move on to 7-10. Next, we got Green Bay 9-6-1 versus Minnesota Vikings. Jordan Love will not be playing. Malik Willis possibly playing. If he's out, I got Minnesota to win, and they're going to improve to 9-8. Detroit has been eliminated. This was another team I thought would make it deep in the playoffs. They didn't look good all year. They've just been wishy-washy. They'll be going against the Chicago Bears. The Bears are 11-5. I got the Bears winning this one. What a great year. What a great turnaround for them after Caleb Williams looking a lot better with Ben Jones or Ben Johnson. They look a lot better. They look like a contender over in the NFC. Giants 3-13 versus the Buffalo Bills 11-5. I got Buffalo winning that one. That should be an easy win for them. Kansas City Chiefs will be out with both quarterbacks, Mahomes and Minshew. Their third string will be in versus the Raiders 2-14. Max Crosby has been ruled out. They said Geno Smith might be out. I think the Chiefs can actually pull this win off. Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles will be resting their main starters. They should still win this game and go improve to 12-5. Tennessee Titans 3-13 versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars win this game. They win the AFC South. If they lose, I think it's a split between them and Houston, but I still think Jacksonville wins the AFC South. I'm going Jacksonville to win that game. Cleveland Browns 4-12 versus Cincinnati Bengals 6-10. I want Cleveland out of this game. I don't care if they win or lose, but I want Shador to have a great game, and I want Myles Garrett to break the sack record. He needs one more sack to break the sack record. I think he could get to Joe Burrow with the offensive line that they got there. So I'm going to go with Cleveland to pull off the win for this one, just because I want those two things to happen. Dallas Cowboys 7-8-1 versus the New York Giants 3-13. Neither team has anything to prove, but I think the starters will be playing for Dallas. I'm going Dallas to win this one on the road. Chargers versus Denver Broncos 11-5 are the Chargers. Broncos are 13-3. I want the Chargers to win. I'm just so sick of Bo Nix and them boys, and I got a co-worker that swear the Denver Broncos the next big thing. So I'm going with the underdog Chargers to win this game, even though Justin Herbert might be out this game. Arizona versus the Rams. Arizona is 3-13. The Rams are 11-5. I got Rams winning that one. Miami 7-9 versus New England 13-3. Patriots need to win this to get the number 1 seed. So I'm gonna go with Patriots to win that one. And then the Monday night game, we have the Ravens 8-8 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers 9-7. Metcalf is still out. He's suspended for 2 games. So he will be out for this game. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson has been practicing. If he plays, I think the Ravens win this game. So my predictions for this week, I have Carolina over Tampa Bay, 49ers over Seattle, Houston over Indiana, Saints over Atlanta, Minnesota over Green Bay, Chicago over Detroit, Buffalo over New York Jets, the Chiefs over the Raiders, Philly over Washington, Jacksonville over Tennessee, Cleveland over Cincinnati, Dallas over New York Giants, Chargers over Denver, Rams over Arizona, New England over Miami, and the Ravens to retire goddamn Aaron Rodgers to push themselves to the playoffs. So let's get into the seeding right quick. I just want to give y'all a little quick um, thing on the seeding right now. And as of now, if I can pull that up, let me see here. We got, damn, I don't think I'm better to do it because I can't, let me see. Okay, so right now, the people that's going into the playoffs will be, damn, conference. AFC South, Denver, New England, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh or Baltimore, Houston, the Chargers, Buffalo. Those are the teams in the AFC. NFC, we have Seattle, Chicago, Philly, Carolina or Tampa Bay, San Fran, the Rams, and Green Bay are all locks in the playoffs. So the winner of Tampa Bay and Carolina will be in, and the winner of Pittsburgh and Baltimore will be in. That will be all for the NFL. Like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast for your latest NFL updates. Those are my predictions. In the comments, let me know, did your team make the playoffs this year, or are they on the outside looking in like my Tennessee Titans are? Another bad year. I love what Cam did this year, the second half of the year after our coach got fired. He's looked 10 times better. We just got to get us some receivers, hopefully get a defensive end to put with Sweat and Simmons, and some cornerbacks. We got a couple pieces we got, but with 110 million and high draft picks, we should be fine. So that's all I got for y'all for the NFL. Last topic I wanted to get into right quick. I know it's January already, but I want to go over my top 10 TV shows that I watched last year with my lady or by myself, and my top 10 movies that I witnessed last year. No specific order. I just want to give y'all shed light on these. I know I should have wrote down what some of these are about. I'll tell y'all some of them are self-explanatory, but I'll tell you a little bit of what some of them about if I can correctly remember. I just remember it was a great show or a great movie. Let's start with the TV shows. TV shows, The Carmen Family Deaths. That is on Netflix. That's about a family. A mother ends up going missing. Her and her son went on a like a little boat ride. The mom ends up missing. The grandpa ends up passing away, and it all starts to come back on one person and one person only. I'll let y'all figure out who it is because it's just a crazy ass story. That was the first one. Implosion of the Titanic sub. That's on Netflix as well. That's about those people that lost their life. The owner of the Titanic thing. What is it called? I can't think of exactly what it's called, but it was a sub thing that they went down in the water to visit the Titanic, and it ended up imploding and killing everybody on staff. The owner was trying to say that they can make it down there, but the water pressure got a little too rough, and it ended up killing all, I want to say 7 people. Rest in peace to those people. But the owner of this was a piece of shit in my eyes because he knew that it wasn't going to make it down there, but he just was one of those cocky people that had a little bit too much money and felt like they can do it anyway. TikTok murder, I want to say that is on, I think that was on Peacock, either Peacock or Amazon Prime. This was about a little guy that who was he? He was trying to be Al Pacino. He was a TikTok guy that was had ended up getting with a girlfriend, and they were like TikTok sensations, and she ends up passing away due to him and his jealousy because I guess people started looking at her as she was a star as well. He didn't like her; she was getting all the attention, and he ends up murdering her. That was a good one. The next is The Asset. It was on Netflix. This is about a young lady that was assigned to bring down this guy and this lady. She has to friend the wife of a husband that's doing bad business. I want to say that's maybe with jewelry, that's selling jewelry or something like that, or money laundering or something like that. And that was a good TV show. All Her Fault is about a family. They had a child. This young lady that was supposed to be babysitting them ends up taking their child. They can't figure out why this lady ran off with the kid or what's going on. Like why the husband is acting weird on the show and stuff like that. And it's all over the place. I know I sound a little bit crazy. Just listen to the title of the show and go check it out yourself. I'm not gonna let you down. I promise you, y'all will enjoy every show. Chad Powers is about a college football quarterback that went to the championship and he ends up dropping the ball at the 1 yard line and costing his team the game. Pretty much try to get ran up out of town. He decides, hey, you know what? I still want to be a football player, and he decides I want to portray as somebody else. So he's pretty much pulls a Miss Doubtfire, Juwanna Man, and dresses up like a quarterback just to get that thrill back. And he goes to try out for another team and ends up winning the starting job and trying to win a championship without people figuring out that he's actually the quarterback that disappeared off the face of earth for a while. Next is Paradise. This is about I want to say Secret Service protecting the president. It's a scandal that goes on. They find a way that they build an underground tunnel to where they're staying down there. And this guy, the man, one of the main characters, his wife is still the world get blown up, but the people underground were safe. The people above end up dying. He's trying to figure out if his wife is still alive or not. It's a long show, but it was a great series, and it's a season 2. That Paradise is on. I think All Her Fault is on Peacock. I want to say Chad Powers is on Hulu. Paradise is on Netflix. Next one we have is Bel Air. That's the TV show based off the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. If you follow that show, that's one of the great shows from my childhood, based on Will Smith and his family. Well, Will Smith moving in with his family, his uncle in Bel Air, him just becoming going to high school down there, being away from his mom, not having a good relationship with his dad, and trying to adjust to living with his family, his uncle and auntie that are actually like pretty much rich and wealthy. He's trying to adapt to that from coming from playing with basketball pretty much in the hood. So that's what that TV show is about. It's just a remake of the actual TV show, just a little bit more drama added to it. Forever is on Netflix. That's about a young couple. Well, they were friends in high school. No, friends in elementary school. They grow up and end up in going to the same high school, and pretty much puppy love. They start trying to rekindle something that they really never had, but they finally start having a little puppy love and try to be in relationships. A couple of things happen with the young lady that put the young boy in a position as, do I really want to be with her, or do I really care what people say about us? I really want us to work this out. And they end up about to go to college. So now they got to figure out, we're going to go to the same college or not. It's just a lot going on, just puppy love type of show, but it was actually a good watch. Black Rabbit is on Netflix. That was pretty much about what's my boy name, Bateman off of Ozark, the main character. He and he just comes back into town. He's like a shit brother that running a restaurant with his a restaurant slash nightclub with his younger brother, and they get caught up in some stuff to where they got to pay some money back, and the restaurant is on the line. A lot of killing going on, a lot of things going on that they pretty much blaming the brother for. So it's one of those type of shows. Definitely check that out. And the last TV show is The Waterfront. The Waterfront is based on a family that's they got boats and stuff like that. Troubled family. They end up being linked in with the cartel somehow, and they're having to traffic drugs on their boats, even though they don't want to. A lot going on with that TV show as well. But go check out these shows. The Waterfront is on Netflix. So these shows are on Netflix, Hulu, and Peacock. Go check out these shows. I'm telling you, it's definitely some shows to watch. As far as the movies go, um, 2 TV shows. It's actually a remake, the original and the remake. One of them is from the 90s. The other one is from 2025 that I just now saw. Hand That Rocks the Cradle, the original and the remake is on Hulu. Yeah, on Hulu. The first one, the original, is about a family. A lady is having a child, and she gets violated by a doctor. So when she gets violated by the doctor ends up committing suicide, and the wife is upset because her husband's gone, and she comes to find out that the reason why she's gone is because the lady that was violated pretty much told the world, like, hey, he's not the doctor that you expect, that you think he is. So the wife is out to get her. She ends up being a babysitter for that woman and pretty much trying to cause hell in that family. The remake is somewhat like that, if I remember correctly. The lady is trying to, the lady on the new one is, she was involved with women, so she pretty much lesbian or whatever. The lady that comes to babysit for her is pretty much trying to turn her, and I don't know if she's trying to turn her into a lesbian or try to make her snack back into her old ways or whatever, but also take out her husband and or seduce her husband. It's a crazy show, but it's based off the original somewhat. Both of these movies were actually good. Next movie was I went down a rabbit hole trying to find movies I haven't seen by Denzel Washington. I ran into Ricochet. He's an up and coming cop on this movie or detective. Um, he ends up playing hero and getting one of these bad guys off the street. The guy goes to prison and finds his way out of prison, well, escapes prison, and he's pretty much going on a rampage trying to kill Denzel the whole movie and framing him for some crazy stuff. Next movie I saw was The Fan. That's Wesley Snipes. I went down a rabbit hole with them as well. Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro. Wesley Snipes is a baseball player on this movie. He ends up getting traded to a team Robert De Niro is a big fan of. Robert De Niro is in custody battle with his son. He's trying to be great to his son, but he's so infatuated with baseball that he's willing to do whatever to get the attention of the baseball at baseball games, even if he has to put his son to the side. Like, there's some crazy shit happen. He ends up losing his son at a baseball game, a real live baseball game, just to um, talk to Wesley Snipes or um, it's so much that happened on this movie, but he ends up pretty much stalking Wesley Snipes and putting his son on the back burner. So next movie is Jonathan Major's movie I was looking forward to watching. It's called Magazine Dreams. I watched this movie. It was pretty good. Jonathan Major is an inspiring Mr. Olympian. He wants to be a bodybuilder. He goes to a couple events. They tell him that some of his body parts are not big as they should be. He gets infatuated with that, trying to meet his role model in the bodybuilding game. So he starts doing steroids. He started having roid rage. He's doing crazy things on here that make people start looking at him kind of different. And he gets put in a situation where he doesn't want to be in. And it's just all over the place. But it pretty much him being a bodybuilder, inspiring to be a great bodybuilder, as he would say. A documentary I saw, because I got this mixed up with documentaries and movies. Amy Bradley is missing. This is about a family that went on a cruise ship. The daughter, Amy Bradley, went missing one night. They seen her on there sitting on the outside, and next thing, later on in the day, they didn't see her anymore. So this is about trying to find her. They haven't found her to this day. A lot of people have said that they've seen her on some of the events, some of the cruise ships, and some people saying that she's being used as a sex worker, and some just saying that like she just wanted to run away from her family, which is crazy. But Amy Bradley is missing is on Netflix. Must watch. Other TV documentary I saw was The Gambler and His Cowboys. That's on Netflix. This is about Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, on how he went from trying to build this team, the things he went through with Jimmy Johnson to become who he is today. Some people still wonder why the Cowboys ain't been since the 90s. This pretty much sums up why they haven't been the team they wanted to be after all these years. Katrina, Hell and High Water. I think I saw this on Hulu, but it's also on Netflix. So I might have my Katrina, Hell and High Water. It's pretty much the same thing. It's a documentary on what happened during Hurricane Katrina. It was a lot of things I didn't know about, like the levee wasn't built the right way, and that's why all the water started getting in and became one of the worst hurricanes in the world history. It's just this stuff being documented on how it happened before, and people were supposed to, the government was supposed to set these levees a little bit higher, but they pretty much half-assed it, and it caused one of the biggest hurricanes in history. So this is just a little documentary on what happened with that. The other movie I saw was Straw. This was with Taraji P. Henson, a young struggling mom that's working somewhere. She has a daughter that's on medication, and she's doing what she can to be a single mother and take care of her kid, be able to pay for the bills and take care of her and make sure she got the money for her bills. The whole time on the movie, she's pretty much hallucinating. Her daughter is really not with her. She's just going crazy. She done robbed a bank and did all type of crazy stuff to get her more daughter and like stay on top of her bills. So that's one of those emotional movies written by Tyler Perry, I'm pretty sure. Last movie of the year that I saw was Sinners. This is based on twin brothers that moved from I want to say from Chicago and moved back down south to start running a little business and stuff. They end up buying this spot that's really where the racism was still existing, and the movie just takes a turn when they end up running into some vampires or yeah, some vampires or something like that pretty much take over the city. It has a lot of meanings to it. I really can't tell you all the different meanings about it, but if you look at the movie, I want you to come back and tell me what you thought about it. A great movie. That's probably one of the best movies I saw all year. Those are my top 10 TV shows and top 10 movies I saw this year. TV, movies slash documentaries. I watch more documentaries than anything, but that's all I got for y'all today, man. Thank y'all for tuning to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. Welcome to the new year. Look forward to more content from me. This is the format I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna just start doing a full video, and I'll break it down on how I said I would to the different topics I did. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna do interviews. If you're looking to be on the show, please DM me or comment, and we'll set something up for a Thursday afternoon, and we'll get it going, man. That's all I got for y'all. Enjoy football today. Like I said, we got 2 games on the day. NBA is still going, and then tomorrow we wrap up the season, and playoffs will be kicking off next week, man. That's all I got for y'all. Like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.